All right, hey everyone. So, yes, I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you guys are thinking. The reason why I have to put this needs to be said, well, I have to say this, but this needs to be said right now immediately. So, I'm talking about what happened to Elias and both Jacob. So, as for the ticker right there, it says please do not attack someone who is mentioned. So, yeah. Okay, let me talk about this situation. All right. So it all started like today. Like we're in the call. Me and Elias Intimidator were talking in the VC, addressing some things about what happened to Elias and Jacob. And Elias speak up about this stuff about him and Jacob, why they're arguing. And yes, of course, Matthew and Strawberry were trying to stop the argument from Jacob, but they both gave up. And then Jacob is continuing on raging in him on caps. And as for Elias, I mean, I understand Elias done something bad. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to do some stuff like this. Like, I'm only making this stream because this needs to be worded. And yes, I know I'm really I mean, I don't have to, I already know what this happens right now. So, yeah. I don't want to do anything with Elias right now cuz as of right now, I'm trying to, stop talking about or beefing around with Elias because I want to keep his hate down, like let it die. So, apparently I have to speak up about this as well. And because of that, I was like this, oh Lord. Well, yes, of course this needs to be said. And yes, of course, I have to say something like this. Well, I mean, I understand that Elias done something bad, but that does not mean that you can go out of your way. Just go butthurt on him, just beefing around on him, or basically raging on him and just doing stuff like this while somebody is advising you to stop the argument against him. But you could have just listened because you don't want to lose your sanity or something like that. Sanity, yeah. But we want you to listen, Jacob. Like, I know what you in real life stuff always have to be difficult, like stuff like that. But this is making it worse. Because that doesn't give you the right to just do this, mate. Just because I don't want you to do this. And I don't want, the situation getting out of hand or getting out of context. So I find the Elias versus Jacob drama really, really irrational because, even Intimidator has been spoke up about this on his community post. And even MJ the Spirit was involved with this too. Same with Corey. And of course, some things like this have to happen. And must advise you just to not do that. because you're just making yourself look like you're retarded and such, but I just don't want you to be like one. You're almost in your 20s and I don't want you to act like it. I mean, you're both almost in your 20s. Cuz adult fighting is basically what it was. It's like what it was or some things like this. Yeah. I only make the stream because it needs to be worded immediately. And no, that does not mean that you can go out of your way and go beefing around with Elias. This needs to stop permanently. Permanently. Yeah. Because if you're not listening to what this happens, then the consequences are just gonna go on your way, in your face. And it's not gonna look good for you, mate. And I can tell you this multiple times, and I can't just deal with it a lot of times. And yeah, if you want this to end, just confess. Don't just go around and stuff like this. Like whenever Elias was around, I just want you just to not just beef around with him. Just say, "Oh, fuck you," or some shit like that. "Oh, why did you do this?" Well, whenever Elias was in Roblox with you guys, he just wants to play with you guys. There's no need to say, Elias, ugh." It's like you guys are just like, doing something to him when he's just want to play with you guys on Roblox, not just bitching around with y'all. I thought this was resolved, but now this is getting out of hand. But Jacob, you need to confess about this, and I want you to touch a grass and dig a deeper hole to yourself, and you need to listen to all of this. This is not 2020 or 2021 anymore. This is 2022. This is exactly why I have to stop beefing around with Elias, because of the situation with Elias has gone out of hand. And even Timidator had to speak up with this on his community post, like I said. And yes, I know I may have beefed around with Elias, but I've sort of regretted it by now, so it's already erased. So, yeah. So that's the admission. And yes, of course, I'm only making the stream to help, and it needs to be worded and granted. And I want this type of war to end. Because stuff like this is going to be out of hand. But if it's out of hand, like for the next 2 years, then that's gonna get you guys look like you're retarded. I'm sorry to say. I mean, you two were like what? You two were almost in your 20s. I mean, I know what you guys are thinking. I mean, I look up to you both for 3 years now. And I don't want to see you guys be like this or some things like this, because I lost a couple of my 2019 friends because of what they're doing. And I have to go through that. But I don't have to go around and be a dick about some stuff like this. I mean, I thought we moved past from 2020 and 2021, not just do stuff like this, like making a war with each other. I mean, this has gone through this for years, like 2020 that it all started. But I want you to take my word and just keep it with a grain of salt. But yeah, I understand that Elias done something bad, but no need to just do stuff like this. It's just increasing some stuff like this. It's just going to increase the war, and it's going to add more fuel to it. And as for the As for the talking smack about the mother thing, I don't find it necessary when you hate someone with this. I mean, when you hate a user over because they talk smack about their mom, okay, let me demonstrate this. A lot of kids in the whole world, I mean, all the kids done that. Okay, it might make myself clear to you. I mean, some other kids do that. And you can't just stop them for that. Like, let the parent handle it, not you guys. Let the parent handle this. You gotta, like, knock it off with that, hating somebody over talking smack about their moms. Like, let the parents handle this and not you guys, because you're just making it look like you're just only making the situation out of context. And also, Jacob, I know you stopped the war with this, but I'm only making the stream to help, and it also needs to stop permanently because I'm actually legit tired of this. And even Elias speaked up about this yesterday and gave me this vent and this document too. But I just want it to end permanently. If Elias was in someone's streams, like Foolish's streams, like you just don't do those type of stuff, like say, Elias, shut the fuck up, or some shit like this. Like, look, all Elias is doing is just being normal, and that's all. But as for the part where he's talking about Timinator, okay, he wasn't talking about Timinator. He's just talking to him and explaining some stuff to each other, explaining each other guy to guy. And that's the bottom line. And yes, of course, I just wanted to end. It needs to be end permanently, and I want it die forever. I just hope you guys take my word with it with this. Cause yeah, I'm kind of tired of it, dealing with this during the quarantine and this pandemic too. But at the same time, we have to deal with this. Like sometimes Elias's drama goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, this happens. And yes, of course, some other Go animators are out of the picture at this point when they're like this. Yeah. I mean, before I end the stream, I highly advise. Okay, I advise you all, including you, Jacob. But I don't hate you. But you all need to, take my word and keep it granted. And it needs to be said permanently, and it needs to stop. Because you're both are almost in your 20s, and I don't want you to grow up like this and be, acting like, those people who were from Street Fighters. But if you do both stop, then I will appreciate it. And that's all I have to say, guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys on my PlayStation broadcast. So I'll be broadcasting on my PlayStation today. But as for the streaming on StreamYard tonight, it's going to be delayed because of the incident. So it's going to go on tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to stream. So yeah. And that's all I have to say, guys. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.